What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Reports. Today we're here to talk about Promised Neverland chapter 125, and Norman has always been good. We've known that, but Norman has grown to become the perfect liar slash strategist in this pact, this treaty that he's making with the demons. And this Lord Gillen guy, he's far smarter than I thought he would be. I mean, of course, I know that the demons have intellect, but I admit I didn't expect for things to go the way that it went in this chapter, as both sides to this deal with Norman and Lord Gillen and what he has for his intentions, they're both playing a game on this side of the war. Promised Neverland is becoming really Game of Thrones-ish, and I'm never mad about that. So Norman is proposing a treaty to this clan or this pack of demons, who knows how big they are. Basically, he wants to free the children. We already known that. But what the demons get in return is that they get Peter Rattari. And Norman isn't trying to break the cycle. He is offering up Peter Rattari to Lord Gillen and saying, you can do whatever you want with him and his bloodline, because what I have to offer you is something really big. I mean, if you give us the manpower to go around and take down these farms and take down the bigwigs, the royal families and the 5 regents, again, we're getting into some Game of Thrones right here. You can do what you want. We just want to free the kids, and you can take the person that's responsible for it, which is Peter Rattari. So that's an interesting plan, because he's offering up Rattari to do what he please, take the person that's responsible for making things the way that they are. And he's still offering up Lambda. So he's like, you can take him, you can do whatever you want with him, you can still make more food. But we want to get rid of, you know, the demons and everything around, and then you can take these people, do what you want, just leave the kids alone. And then you still have Lambda. So according to Norman, he says that a strand of hair from the person, or at least the people that he's offering up, is enough to make thousands of people. But what happens when it runs out? And that's when Lord Gillen, his cunning and his planning starts to come in, and things get really interesting. So he wants to use Rattari and his sympathizers as the food source and just keep growing and growing and growing for him. And Norman still wants to eradicate the demons. I mean, this whole time he's playing a very deadly game, because he's playing them as well, because Norman's smart. Norman knows that these demons can turn on him at any time. He wants the might of these demons, and that's it. He's using them only for that cause, because in the end, you know, he only cares about the farm children. He doesn't care about any other humans. He doesn't care about the demons, of course. He just wants to make sure that his friends are okay, and he's going to do that by any means necessary. But essentially, we're still going to be dealing with the same thing here, because you're still going to have demons. You're still going to have humans being eaten. It's just going to be humans that, you know, with all intents and purposes, deserve it. And this is when the tables can flip on Norman, because Lord Gillen, he's coming off as very cunning, as he has his own plan. You know, he was just acting like he's accepting the help of Norman, because, you know, what can the humans offer the demons? Because the demons are offering the manpower. What Norman is offering him is the knowledge that they don't have. It's like, you guys are substantially weaker than the royal demons and the royal family out here, so we're offering you our tactics, our know-how, our approach, our ambushes. We're giving you all that to give you the advantage, and in return, we just want the children to be free. But these 5 families and the higher-ups and everybody's taken down. It looks like we're going to get some type of backstory at some point about Gillen and what happened with him and his clan. It looks like they were accused or framed or something, and that's where they were cast out. I'm pretty sure this is going to lead back to Song Ju. I think this is where he comes from, and maybe even him and Musica have their own type of thing. But this is where things can turn for Norman, because Gillian's planning to take him out too. After Goldie Pond, and even after the escape, the children of Gracefield has always been a focal point. We see now that people have known about them for a very long time, with them and their perfect scores even back before the escape. It looks like Norman, Ray, and Emma were always top billing for the demons. So the big thing about Gillen is that he recognized that. He was like, this isn't William Minerva. This isn't James Rattari. He's been dead a long time ago. This kid is masquerading as this person, but we're gonna play the role. We know who he is. We know he's from Gracefield. They got a taste of his blood, like, oh, he's so tasty. They still want to eat humans. They're going to eat them, but each other are looking at it like, Norman's looking at it like, we can use these demons for power, let them mop themselves up, and then we're gonna take them out later. And demons are thinking the same thing. I think what Lord Gillen is trying to do is, if he's gonna turn the tables on Norman, he's gonna wait until he can use this as a bargaining chip, because they're still wanted. You know, after the escape in Goldie Pond, the demons still want the kids from Gracefield. So he can either use them as a bargaining chip, you know, to get back into good graces and maybe get back to a stature that his people used to be in before. Or he could just let Norman execute his plan, and then once he gets into power, turn his sides on him. And then the process is still repeating. You're still gonna have humans getting eaten. This whole thing is just gonna boil down to who slips up on who first. Of course, I'm gonna side with Norman. The kid is too smart, but he's going through a very big transformation in this story, because he is now, it's always kind of been that way, but now he is effectively the second side of the coin to Emma, because Emma wants peace. She wants to find a peaceful solution, while Norman wants to liberate the children by any means necessary. And we've seen this side before. It doesn't coin Norman as a villain at all. He's smart enough to know these demons could turn on him, but his methods are very extreme, and he's okay with that as long as his people come out of it. This is a promise built on a lie on both sides, because Jillian, he definitely has something up his sleeves. He has his own intentions, but he can use what Norman's offering to gain power for himself and sit and wait, or take it immediately. And of course, we know that Norman has to have some type of plan. With this time that he spent in Lambda, we learned from Goldie Pond and from Hugo and what we went through with Lucas and everything of how to stop the demons on a physical front, you know, with cracking the mask and things like that. But Norman has to have something up his sleeve that he's learned from Lambda or on his travels that's going to take these demons out in a surefire way, or he wouldn't be taking such a big risk on this. I have that much confidence that Norman has something up his sleeve that could be the be-all, the end-all to these demons, and now we just have to see how this is going to play out and see who's going to come out on top. But more importantly, how it's gonna fare out. You know, Ray is stuck in the middle of all this, just like how I said that Norman and Emma are two sides of the same coin. Ray's kind of in the middle. Ray can go either way. Ray just wants to survive. I think if he had to choose, he would probably choose Norman's way of things. I think he's already said that, but Emma's kind of the centerpiece of it all, because no matter what happens, both of them want to make sure that she's secure and make sure that she's happy. And I just can't wait to see what's going to happen when she finds out what's going on and gets wind of this, and how that's going to separate things. And okay, I'll admit, Norman being the main antagonist of this is kind of easing a little bit. And I always knew that he was just misunderstood. I'm not saying that he's going to straight up be the evil villain. I'm just saying that his side of things are so extreme that I definitely see him and Emma clashing at some point. It's going to hurt my heart if it actually gets to that. And it's all over these demons. I mean, they need to clean this up quickly, because I don't want them to fight each other because of this. But guys, the most Game of Thrones chapter of the Promised Neverland yet. We got some big things coming. I cannot wait to dive into this and see what Norman has planned, because I love that picture they had of him at the end, how he was sitting there with the owl behind him looking like, nah, they're not gonna fool me. I already know these demons are trying to kill us, so we're just gonna have to use them for as long as we can and get the jump on them. I love Norman as a character, man. Norman might be my favorite character in all of Promised Neverland. And he's straight up on some Magneto shit right now, and I cannot say that I blame him at all. But yeah, that was this chapter overall. Chess pieces building as we head to this final arc. And you know, chess pieces, and Norman was talking. He was like, we're gonna use these demons as the pawns, and then we're gonna come in and strike as we can. But you can't count these demons out, because they have their own plans. Well, even though Norman knows, I'm pretty sure they have something up their sleeve that's gonna turn the tables and make things worse, and they're gonna have to dig their way out of it. So let me know what you guys thought of this chapter in the comments below. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content for you to indulge on this channel. As I always say, you guys be anywhere on YouTube right now that you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.